Crews in rural Iron County are still working to stabilize the scene tonight after a runaway truck crashed into Enbridge's Line 5 pipeline, rupturing a valve and releasing natural gas liquids. Now, this was the scene shortly after it happened in Iron County yesterday. Enbridge officials say an unoccupied parked semi-truck rolled into an open excavation site right along that Line 5 project, hitting the pipeline. With natural gas liquids leaking, authorities are still monitoring air quality in that area tonight. And Northern News Now's Maggie Franzen was in Saxon today, east of Ashland, and shares what the community there needs to know.
We're learning one family was forced from their home Tuesday afternoon after a break in a major pipeline here in Iron County. While these restoration efforts continue, road blockages and power outages still impact the area. While the family is still displaced, law enforcement say they don't believe there is any immediate danger to the community.
I don't believe so. Air quality is continuing to be monitored by our hazmat teams and Enbridge teams on site. That's an ongoing thing.
As crews continue to stabilize the area, law enforcement say some residents are still impacted by a power shutoff, a safety precaution that could last another 24 hours.
The latest estimations are there are about 60 people affected. As it affects some parts of Saxon Harbor. Enbridge has set up an 800 line for people to call for assistance if there are any challenges that they're having.
While there are no reported injuries, law enforcement and hazmat crews ask for respect and patience while they work.
Hazmat teams are on site. They've been on site since this incident was reported. They'll continue to be on site. They'll continue to monitor air quality, and we're asking that people stay away from the site due to safety reasons and so that our people can do what they need to do.
Wednesday afternoon, Enbridge officials say they're working with emergency response teams, emphasizing that natural gas liquids were released, not natural gas. Line 5 is shut down as the response continues. We will continue to update you as more information becomes available. In Iron County, Maggie Franzen, Northern News Now.
As a safety precaution, the Iron County Sheriff has issued a no-fly area directly over that site.